It was a cold, desolate night. The flickering fluorescent lights in the empty office cast eerie shadows on the walls. As I sat alone at my desk during the graveyard shift, little did I know that the silence would soon be shattered by a series of chilling events that would forever haunt my nights. That I stared at the computer screen, trying to focus on my work as the minutes ticked away. The office, usually bustling with activity, now echoed with an unsettling silence. My colleagues had long gone, leaving me alone in the dimly lit space. The only sounds were the occasional creaks of the building settling in the stillness of the night. As I delved deeper into my tasks, a subtle unease settled over me. The air seemed thicker, and an inexplicable chill crawled up my spine. Ignoring the growing discomfort, I continued, my fingers tapping on the keyboard in rhythmic solitude. That's when I heard it, a faint whisper, so soft that it could have been mistaken for the wind. I dismissed it as my imagination playing tricks on me, blaming the late hour for my jumpy nerves. But as I returned to my work, the whispers persisted, growing more audible, weaving through the silence like ghostly threads. An unsettling thought gnawed at me. I wasn't truly alone. Shadows seemed to dance in the corners of the room, and my peripheral vision caught glimpses of movement that vanished when I turned to look directly. The atmosphere thickened with an unspoken tension, as if something unseen watched from the shadows. With each passing moment, the whispers intensified, forming indistinct words that sent shivers down my spine. Dread clung to the air, and a cold sweat coated my palms. I questioned my sanity, grappling with the fear that I might be losing my grip on reality. As the clock ticked closer to midnight, a sudden gust of wind extinguished the dim office lights, plunging me into complete darkness. Panic seized me, and my heart raced as I fumbled for my phone to illuminate the room. In the dim glow, I saw them, shadowy figures moving silently, their forms barely perceptible. The whispers crescendoed into chilling laughter, echoing through the empty halls. Fear gripped me like a vice, and I stumbled backward, desperate to escape the encroaching darkness. Just as I reached the door, the lights flickered back to life, revealing the empty office once more. The shadows and whispers vanished, leaving me trembling in the aftermath of a nightmarish ordeal. To this day, the memory lingers, a tale of being alone at work, haunted by unseen forces that defy explanation. The night shift, once mundane, now holds a spectral secret, forever etched in the recesses of my mind. As the lights flickered back to life, a nervous laughter escaped my lips, a feeble attempt to rationalize the inexplicable events that had just unfolded. I clutched my chest, trying to slow my erratic heartbeat, convincing myself that it was a bizarre combination of stress and exhaustion playing tricks on my mind. Determined to shake off the lingering unease, I resumed my work, though the atmosphere in the office had taken a sinister turn. The hum of the air conditioning seemed to carry an underlying malevolence, and the steady tick of the clock echoed like a haunting drumbeat. As the night wore on, an oppressive darkness settled outside the office windows, obscuring the usual view of the city lights. The only illumination came from the harsh glow of my computer screen, casting long shadows across the empty cubicles. The office, once a familiar and mundane space, now felt like a labyrinth of uncertainty. The whispers returned, soft at first, then gradually building in intensity. It was as if the very walls held secrets, and the silence held a language only the shadows could understand. I hesitated to glance at the clock, realizing that the bewitching hour was approaching, the time when the boundary between the living and the unknown is said to blur. In an attempt to regain control, I decided to take a break and explore the office, convincing myself that a change of scenery would dispel the ominous atmosphere. As I walked down the dimly lit hallway, the shadows seemed to play tricks on me, morphing into grotesque shapes that vanished when I turned to face them. Entering the break room, I was met with an eerie stillness. The coffee machine sat cold and silent, and the worn-out couches seemed to absorb the memories of countless late-night conversations. It was here that the whispers took on a more tangible form, a chilling resonance that sent a shiver down my spine. In the flickering light, I noticed a door at the far end of the room, a door I had never paid much attention to before. It stood slightly ajar, as if inviting me into the unknown. Against my better judgment, curiosity compelled me to push it open. Beyond the door lay a narrow staircase leading down into darkness. The air grew colder with each step, and a musty scent enveloped me as if I had entered a forgotten realm beneath the office. The stairs seemed to stretch endlessly, and an oppressive weight pressed against my chest, making each breath a struggle. Finally, I reached the bottom, finding myself in a subterranean chamber, an abandoned storage space filled with dusty boxes and forgotten relics of the past. The flickering light from my phone revealed a series of old filing cabinets, their contents untouched for years. As I rifled through the disorganized files, my eyes widened in horror. The documents contained accounts of mysterious occurrences during previous night shifts, stories of whispers, shadows, and unexplainable phenomena. The dates matched the nights when I, too, had been alone in the office. A realization gripped me, an unsettling connection between the present and a haunted history that the company had kept hidden. The shadows weren't random manifestations. They were echoes of past employees, their stories woven into the very fabric of the office. My mind raced as I considered the implications. The chilling laughter, the whispers, and the unseen figures, all were remnants of a spectral narrative that replayed itself with each unsuspecting soul left alone at night. I had unwittingly stumbled upon a dark legacy, a series of events shrouded in mystery and fear. Determined to confront the truth, I ascended the stairs, emerging into the dimly lit break room once more. The whispers intensified, guiding me toward the heart of the mystery. The office, now a haunted labyrinth, seemed to pulse with the spectral energy. Returning to my desk, I faced the computer screen with newfound clarity. The whispers became coherent, revealing snippets of the stories embedded in the office's history. Each keystroke uncovered a piece of the puzzle, a puzzle that hinted at unresolved tragedies, unfinished business, and a restless energy seeking acknowledgement. As the night reached its darkest hour, I found myself at a crossroads, a choice between confronting the spectral entities that dwelled within the office or succumbing to the paralyzing fear that threatened to consume me. The weight of responsibility pressed upon my shoulders, urging me to be the conduit between the living and the lingering spirits. The whispers guided me to a forgotten corner of the office, an area I had never explored. In the shadows, I discovered a small room concealed behind a forgotten partition. The air grew thick with anticipation as I entered, revealing a space frozen in time. In the center of the room stood an old, dusty mirror, an artifact that seemed to hold the key to the spectral occurrences. The whispers grew louder, urging me to gaze into the reflective surface and confront the unseen forces that lurked within. As I met my own reflection, the room quivered with an otherworldly energy. The mirror became a portal to the past, revealing the tormented faces of those who had once occupied the office. Their silent pleas echoed in the whispers, urging me to acknowledge their existence and free them from the cyclical torment. With a trembling hand, I traced the surface of the mirror, feeling a surge of energy coursing through me. The whispers crescendoed into a cacophony of voices, each vying for recognition and release. In that moment, I became the conduit between the living and the spectral, bridging the gap between worlds. As the first light of dawn crept through the office windows, the whispers faded, and the shadows dispersed. The oppressive atmosphere lifted, leaving behind a sense of catharsis. The haunted history of the office had found resolution, and the lingering spirits had found solace in the acknowledgement of their existence. Exhausted yet strangely fulfilled, I emerged from the office, the morning sunlight washing away the remnants of the night's spectral odyssey. The once haunted labyrinth had transformed into a space of quiet reflection, its secrets laid bare in the early dawn. In the days that followed, the office underwent a subtle transformation. The air no longer carried the weight of unseen presences, and the whispers were replaced by the hum of daily activity. The spectral entities, having found closure through acknowledgement, had moved on, leaving the night shift free from the haunting echoes of the past. And so, the office returned to a semblance of normalcy, its haunted history buried in the forgotten recesses of collective memory. Yet, in the quiet moments of the night, those who had experienced the spectral events would forever carry the knowledge that the boundary between the living and the unknown is a fragile veil, easily breached by the echoes of unresolved stories. As for me, I continued my work at the office, forever changed by the night that blurred the line between reality and the spectral realm. The whispers had become a distant memory, but the lessons learned in the haunted labyrinth lingered, a testament to the enduring power of the unseen, the importance of acknowledging the past, and the fragility of the boundaries that separate the living from the unknown.